If you have little time to train or prefer to perform a workout with few exercises, these are the #1 exercises that you can do for each muscle group. Before we begin, please leave in the comments your name and the city from which you are watching. Exercise number 1 for the chest. Incline bench press. The incline bench press is highly effective for working the upper part of the chest, an area that is often difficult to develop with other exercises. When performing this exercise, the bench is adjusted at an angle, normally between 30 and 45 degrees, shifting the focus of the movement compared to the flat bench press, which emphasizes more the central and lower portion of the chest. This angle increases the tension in the upper region of the chest, which is responsible for giving that robust and full appearance near the collarbone, a crucial aspect since many people manage to develop the lower part of the chest better, resulting in an unbalanced look. In addition to targeting the upper chest, the incline bench press also recruits other important muscles, such as the shoulders, especially the anterior deltoid, and the triceps. In this way, it is a multi-articular exercise that involves several joints simultaneously, allowing the use of heavier loads and, consequently, a faster and more efficient gain in strength and muscle mass. You can perform the incline bench press in different ways, with dumbbells, to increase the range of motion and favor hypertrophy, with a barbell, allowing the use of heavier loads and thus enhancing strength, or on a machine, which offers greater joint comfort and reduces the risk of injuries. Exercise number 1 for the biceps, barbell curl. The barbell curl is an extremely effective exercise for increasing biceps mass, as it works directly the two essential parts of this muscle, the long head and the short head. These two elements constitute the biceps and are responsible for the robust and well-defined appearance that many seek. The execution of the movement is simple, and by using the barbell, it offers greater stability compared to dumbbells, allowing you to concentrate fully on the muscle contraction without the need to balance the arms separately. Furthermore, with the barbell, it is possible to lift heavier loads than with dumbbells, a crucial point for hypertrophy. As we always emphasize, progressive overload is fundamental for muscle growth. The more weight you can lift in a controlled manner, the greater the stimulus for muscle development. Finally, when performed correctly, the barbell curl isolates the biceps efficiently, minimizing the participation of other muscles and focusing the effort almost exclusively on that region. Before we continue, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, because in times when many disseminate all kinds of junk in exchange for likes and money, having constant access to correct information is what will make you progress healthily in the long term in the fitness world. Exercise number 1 for the shoulders, military press. The military press is widely recognized as one of the best exercises for the shoulders, as it works comprehensively and intensely on the 3 main portions of the deltoid, the front, the side, and the rear. When pushing the barbell or dumbbells upward, all these muscles are recruited to stabilize and lift the load, providing a balanced stimulus that favors both strength gain and an increase in muscle volume. Besides focusing on the shoulders, this exercise also involves the trapezius, which helps in stabilizing and moving the weight, and the triceps, responsible for elbow extension during the press. Thus, the military press not only strengthens the shoulders, but also contributes to the integrated work of the upper body. A study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research evaluated various shoulder exercises, including the military press, using electromyography to measure the activation of the anterior, medial, and posterior portions of the deltoid. The results indicated that this exercise presented the highest activation of the anterior deltoid, with about 79% of the muscle's maximum capacity, followed by a 69% activation in the medial portion and a 36% activation in the posterior portion. Moreover, the study revealed that the military press also engaged the triceps by approximately 46%, demonstrating its effectiveness in indirectly working that muscle. Exercise number 1 for the triceps, skull crusher with W-bar. The skull crusher with the W-bar is an exercise that works directly the 3 portions of this muscle, the long head, the lateral, and the medial. In this way, it promotes complete development, increasing both the volume and the definition of the triceps. Performed in isolation, the movement allows the effort to be directed exclusively to the triceps, without interference from other muscle groups, which enhances its results. The W-bar, with its curved design, provides a more ergonomic and natural grip for the wrists, reducing pressure on the joints and helping to prevent injuries. This represents a significant advantage over the straight bar, which can cause discomfort in the wrists and elbows. In addition, the shape of the W bar allows for a more efficient range of motion, increasing the time under tension for the muscle, an essential factor for muscle growth. When executing the skull crusher, you lie on a bench holding the W bar with your arms extended above the chest. Then, you flex your elbows to bring the bar toward your forehead, keeping the arms firm and concentrating the action on the triceps. Finally, you return the arms to the initial position in a controlled manner. The focus is on the extension of the elbows, the main function of the triceps, which makes this exercise so effective for muscle development. Exercise number 1 for the core and abs, planks. Holding the plank position not only works the abs but the entire central region of the body, the core. Unlike exercises that isolate part of the abs, such as crunches, planks activate all the muscles in this area simultaneously, including the rectus abdominis, responsible for the famous six-pack, the lateral obliques, and the deeper core muscles, such as the transverse abdominis, which stabilizes the spine. The distinguishing feature of planks is that, instead of performing repetitive movements, they require you to hold a static position, keeping the core muscles constantly active to support the body's weight. This continuous contraction is ideal for strengthening and toning the muscles evenly, while also increasing endurance. Thus, in addition to helping with abdominal definition, planks improve posture, stability, and balance, which are essential for both workouts and daily activities. Furthermore, planks recruit other relevant muscles, such as those of the back, hips, and glutes. A strengthened core functions as a natural belt that protects the spine and enhances performance in various exercises, preventing injuries, especially in the lower back. Another positive point is the versatility of planks. They can be performed anywhere, without the need for equipment, and even allow variations, such as the side plank, which intensifies the work on the obliques, or the plank with leg raise, which enhances the strengthening of the glutes and core. Exercise number 1 for the back, pull-ups. If you still cannot perform the traditional pull-up using only the weight of your body, don't worry. We also have an easier option for you to start and progress as you gain strength. But first, you need to understand why this is literally the best exercise for your back. Pull-ups are one of the most effective exercises for developing the back, as they intensely activate almost all the muscles in that region. When performing them, the focus is mainly on the large latissimus dorsi, responsible for the much-desired V shape of the back, highly valued in the fitness world. In addition, other important muscles, such as the trapezius, the rhomboids, and even the biceps, which help pull the body upward, are also strongly recruited. Another positive point is that this exercise uses the weight of your own body, making it functional and improving not only muscle strength, but also control and mobility, positively influencing various activities both inside and outside the gym. However, it is important to note that pull-ups can be quite challenging, especially for beginners, as they require significant strength in the arms, shoulders, and back. For those who still cannot perform a complete repetition, a very efficient alternative is the use of resistance bands. These bands can be attached to the bar, allowing your feet or knees to be supported on them to reduce part of your body weight, thus facilitating the execution of the movement. In this way, it is possible to train all the muscles involved in pull-ups with a lighter load until you acquire sufficient strength to perform them without assistance. Exercise number 1 for the trapezius, dumbbell shrugs. Dumbbell shrugs stand out as one of the best exercises for developing the trapezius, thanks to its simple and highly effective execution. The mechanics of the movement are straightforward. With the dumbbells by your side, simply raise your shoulders, concentrating the effort exclusively on contracting the trapezius muscles without interference from compensatory arm movements. Electromyography studies have demonstrated that during this exercise, it is possible to reach activations of up to 85% of the maximum voluntary contraction, which surpasses other variations, such as barbell shrugs, which generally register around 70%. A fundamental tip to maximize results is to use a heavy load, but without compromising the movement. Avoid swinging your arms to help the lift, and focus solely on using the trapezius, ensuring a full and controlled range of motion. This approach not only enhances muscle recruitment, but also contributes to a consistent increase in strength and hypertrophy, as evidenced by research published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research, where practitioners following this technique showed strength gains in the trapezius region of up to 15% over 8 weeks. Thus, the simplicity of dumbbell shrugs, combined with proper execution and the use of appropriate loads, makes it an indispensable exercise for those seeking a strong and well-defined trapezius, outperforming barbell shrugs and upright rows. Exercise number 1 for the quadriceps, traditional squat. The free squat is widely considered superior for developing the quadriceps compared to the leg extension machine and the leg press, as it not only works the thigh muscles more completely, but also involves the entire body in a functional movement that enhances strength, balance, and stability. During the squat, the quadriceps are strongly activated, being the main muscles responsible for lifting the body in the upward phase. However, the great difference of this exercise is that it also recruits other important muscles, such as the glutes, the calves, the abs, and the stabilizers, making it much more complete and efficient. On the other hand, the leg extension machine isolates only the quadriceps, limiting the work to that region without involving other muscle groups. Although it is useful for developing specific strength in that area, it does not provide the overall benefits that the squat offers, such as improved functional strength and enhanced performance in daily or sports movements. In addition, the movement on the machine is guided, which reduces the need for coordination and muscular stabilization, characteristics that are intensely demanded in the free squat. The leg press is somewhat more comprehensive than the leg extension machine, as it also involves the glutes and the back of the legs. However, it does not reach the same level as the squat, since the body remains in a fixed position and the load is pushed at a preset angle, dispensing with the activation of the core and leg stabilizer muscles, which are fundamental in the free squat. In addition to strengthening the quadriceps in a more integrated manner, the free squat enhances the ability to perform other daily movements and exercises. As it is a movement that requires wide muscle activation, it also stimulates the release of hormones such as the growth hormone and testosterone, important factors for overall muscle growth. For these reasons, the free squat is considered the king of exercises for the quadriceps and for the entire body. Exercise number 1 for the calves, standing calf raise. The standing calf raise is the most effective exercise to strengthen and develop the calves, a muscle group known for being resilient and difficult to work. This movement allows a wide range of motion, activating both the upper and lower parts of the calves, contributing to increased strength and muscle mass. During execution, whether using only body weight or adding weights, the focus is on the final phase, when you reach the tip of your toes to maximize muscle contraction. Starting the calf raise without additional loads is a good strategy for beginners. However, to obtain a greater growth stimulus, it is fundamental to incorporate weights into the exercise. This can be done with dumbbells, or even more effectively, with a barbell on a Smith machine. By adding weight, you work with greater resistance, essential for promoting hypertrophy of the calves. In the Smith machine, the stability of the bar allows you to focus entirely on the lift and contraction of the muscles, without worrying about balance. Having strong calves goes beyond aesthetics. Known as the heart of the leg, the calves play a crucial role in blood circulation, helping to pump blood back to the heart and combat gravity. This is important to prevent problems such as varicose veins and swelling, as well as to improve overall circulation. Furthermore, well-developed calves provide greater stability to the ankles and knees, which is fundamental in preventing injuries during physical activities, such as running, jumping, and weight training. Exercise number 1 for the glutes, hip thrust. The hip thrust, also known as the glute bridge, stands out by concentrating the work directly on the glute muscles, providing an intense and isolated stimulus, essential for increasing volume and defining that region. When performing the movement by pushing the hips upward, the glutes are activated more deeply than in exercises such as the squat or leg press, as they reach maximum contraction at the top of the movement, which favors muscle growth. A valuable tip is to maintain the contraction position for 1 second. Another important benefit of the hip thrust is the improvement in posture and hip mobility. For many people, a sedentary routine can lead to shortening or weakening of this region, and this exercise helps rebalance the muscles, increasing flexibility and contributing to a more aligned posture. In addition to transforming the aesthetics of the glutes, making them firmer and rounder, the hip thrust also brings functional advantages, such as increased strength for daily activities and sports that demand hip explosiveness, such as running and jumping. Exercise number 1 for the hamstrings, Romanian deadlift. The Romanian deadlift is extremely effective for developing the hamstrings, which form the back of the thighs, as it promotes a complete stretch and strengthening of these muscles, ensuring not only muscle growth, but also greater endurance and flexibility. During the lowering of the weight, an active stretch of the hamstrings occurs, creating tension that, during the upward phase, results in an intense contraction, stimulating muscle development. As a compound exercise, the Romanian deadlift also recruits other important groups, such as the glutes and the lower back, in addition to demanding core stability. This aspect benefits the entire body, increasing energy expenditure, and in certain cases encouraging the release of anabolic hormones such as testosterone and growth hormone, which are fundamental for muscle gain and recovery. Additionally, by strengthening the hamstrings and the glutes, the Romanian deadlift helps prevent injuries, especially in the lower back and knees, by improving the muscle balance between the front and back of the legs, thus avoiding imbalances that can lead to joint problems. Now, one last important notice. Unfortunately, even if you perform all these excellent exercises, you will not see much progress if your testosterone levels are low. That is why we have prepared a complete list of all the habits that modern men have and that silently kill their testosterone levels. The video with the list is appearing right now on the screen. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you, my friend.